I was wondering, what do you think? What's the best way to be a guest at a film festival? Is it bringing a movie, or is it being in the jury, or being just a guest watching movies? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to come to a new country and then see movies because you really want to see the country. You want to see, like, what is Tel Aviv all about? You know what I mean? And so that's what I've been doing. I just wanted to see Tel Aviv. So I've walked around your whole city, and I went to Jaffa, and I went to the beach, and and I've just been trying to figure out, like, what's going on in the city. You know, what's happening in Israel, because I haven't been here in 20 years.
So you've been 20 years ago.
20 years ago, yeah.
How does it feel? I guess it's a huge difference.
Well, I was really different 20 years ago. And I think I did really different things here. I was only in Tel Aviv for one day at the Sheraton, and then I went to Kibbutz Yafat, and then I went to Jerusalem, and I ended up in some weird school in Jerusalem.
Wow. So you didn't come for professional reasons, you came for personal reasons.
Oh, I came for personal reasons because I just wanted to, I was traveling around, and I went to Africa, and then I was in Africa for, like, I don't know, 5 months, and then I went to Egypt, and I was in Egypt for a long time, and then I got here. So when I got here, I was like, wow.
Sounds like you're a very curious girl. It sounds like a lot of things interest you.
Yes,
I'm not surprised that you got into documentary filmmaking.
I did.
Tell me a bit about that. How did that come up?
I got into documentary filmmaking. I went to NYU Film School, where I met Angela Robinson.
Yeah, who we talked to a few days ago.
Right, yes. I started shooting all kinds of things, and I shot, and then I became a DP, and then I went all around the world shooting stuff, and that was really awesome, and I loved that. And then I moved to Los Angeles, and when I moved to Los Angeles, I somehow became a television writer, and
just one day from the other.
Well, I got this thing called this Disney Directing Fellowship, so. Disney trained me on all the ABC television shows, and then I met Eileen Chaikin, who is the showrunner of The L Word, and she hired me, and I became a television writer. So that's kind of how it happened. It was, you know, and then from there, I started, you know, just writing a lot of TV. Now I love TV. Now I think TV is awesome.
I know that you've been working also with VH1 and
oh yeah. Did you hear about? How did you hear about this?
I know everything.
Really? Yeah. That was a long time ago. I used to shoot. It was the best job ever. They used to send me to San Francisco, and I used to shoot rock concerts.
Wow.
And yeah, it was pretty great.
So you kind of like you saw all the angles of this business, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw kind of one at a time, but yes, yeah, I've definitely done like a lot of different things. And I really I just want to be an executive producer of television shows. That's the latest thing, because I feel like that would be the ultimate, having my own television show, or having my own television show with Angela, as we're trying to do, would be the ultimate thing to do.
Maybe you'll tell me it's kind of a secret, but I'm curious, do you have a story in mind? Like, if you'd have your dream series, you could do whatever you want. What would it be about?
Well, we've written it, actually. We've written a television show about old Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah.
So actors are going to impersonate legends who we know from the silver screen?
Yes.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And it's personal stories of those people?
Yes, it's historically based. Real. It's about real people and their real stories. And so we've done a whole lot of research on it.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So it's going to happen?
You never know. You never know, right? Maybe. Hopefully it'll happen. We'll see. When I go back to LA, we'll find out.
So let's get back to Albert a little. It's the most well-known, most famous,
Oh,
most
right.
legendary
Yes.
lesbian-themed series.
Yes.
So I was wondering,
Right.
yeah, like how did you get into this, and what was basically the thing which was driving you on this?
First of all, I was a huge fan of the show. I mean, huge. So even before I got to work on the show, I had, I obsessively studied every single episode. I knew every single thing about it. And I was a writer on the last 3 seasons. And I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was the most fun show of all. Even when it was bad, it was great. It wasn't always perfect, but it was still my favorite. I met Eileen Chaikin. Actually, I was writing a movie for Disney, and I went out to dinner with my boss and a bunch of people, and I met Eileen Chaikin, and she said, "Hey, why don't you come write for me? Since you're already writing for this other person, why don't you come write for me?" And it was like the greatest opportunity. It was so much fun, and I loved it. And it was like summer camp because we all went out of town. We shot in Vancouver. We shot Vancouver for Los Angeles, so it's fake Los Angeles sets in Vancouver in a giant warehouse. And it was just the most fun. It was so fun. And we lived in a hotel, and everybody was always in our room, and there was a lot of drama.
Drama is always good.
It was really fun. I loved that show. And there's always moments now when something happens in my life, and I'm like, oh, I wish I were still writing on that show because I need to put that into the series. And now I don't have the same kind of outlet for all, for everything that happens to me. I can't just write about it in a show.
You also work together with Angela on a web series, right?
Yes.
Girl Trash?
Yes, we worked on that. Oh, that one, I was the cinematographer. And Angela was the writer-director. And I think we were both executive producers. But we basically did it with this very, very small crew. And it was really run and gun, like stealing locations and all that kind of stuff, not paying for locations and running around in the middle of the night. It was really, that was a really, really good time.
Nowadays, when Netflix is so big and Orange is the New Black, like
Right.
everybody's talking about it, I'm sure the business changed a lot, and you've been educated by Disney and kind of like in the classic school.
Right.
Do you feel like you needed to adapt to the new world?
Not really. I just feel like everything's opened up a lot. I just feel like there's so much more opportunity all of a sudden now that there's Netflix and Amazon, and I feel like it's great when there are more outlets, and it's great when there are more acceptable styles. And I love Orange is the New Black. I think that the tone that it takes is it's an amazing tone, and it's amazing how they thread that needle, because it's tragic and comic at the same time, which is amazing. Jenji Kohan, one of my personal gurus, I love her. She's amazing. I love that show. I'm sure you guys at this festival love that show. It's incredible. I think it's just, I don't feel like filmmaking is filmmaking, and you can take whatever style and learn from it. So I just think it's great that there's so many more opportunities.
So apart from the upcoming TV series which you have in mind, what else are you working on nowadays?
It's always new television shows. It's always new television shows, and I have a photography thing that I'm doing, which I'm going to try and do while I'm here, which is...
Oh yeah, you have exhibitions, right?
Yeah, I spy on people underwater.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an underwater camera, and I've noticed that the water here is very clear. So I'm going to try and take pictures of people underwater while I'm here.
Nice. And then you find exciting spaces to exhibit them, or you just put them online? How does it
No,
go?
I haven't even put them online yet. I have a website which I haven't sort of gone public with yet, but I've basically just been doing like group shows and stuff in Los Angeles. So maybe I'll do. And I've been in a couple of group shows in Vermont, just other places in America. But I want to come out with a book on it. So I have to take lots and lots and lots of pictures of people who don't know that I'm taking pictures of them underwater.
Sounds amazing. So good luck to you with all the billion things you're doing, and I hope all of them will succeed.
Okay,
Thanks a lot.
thank you.
Thank you.
So wow, so Eastern Europe is really terrible.